Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be doing a really awesome video. We're talking about the new update that we've been given. So this is the brand new Itchy and Scratchy Land update. Really cool. It's completely changed the face it tapped out. It's really weird. You know how how it's kind of affected it in a major way, and it changes forever now. So basically, we'll be talking about the update. So first of all, here's the splash screen. Pretty cool. The splash screen pretty much just shows you what the update's about. It's about caving in one part of tapped out and making a new one, which is basically what this update's about. And I've got mixed feelings about it. Like there is overall this update, I like this update. I think it's an okay step in the direction. It does annoy me a little bit, but I think in the long term, if they weren't going to continue on with Krusty Land, if they were never going to do anything with Krusty Land, then they may as well have just done this. Like, I think that this is fair. I would have preferred if they added on to Krusty Land and if they were to kind of extensively make it into something more. Make it into something. But what they've done here, I think, honestly, I'm not too bothered. But we'll talk about that in a little bit more detail later on in the video. So yeah, here's the update. Just before I start talking about the update in more detail, the music of this update, it's a small little thing. I really like the music. It's pretty funky. It's pretty cool. I think the music works well. I like the little track they made for it. I know I don't really talk about music often, but I don't know, it just kind of caught my ear. So yeah. Anyway, so first of all, so of course the big kind of feature of this update is this screen here. Of course, you can nuke your Krusty Land. You're basically forced to nuke your Krusty Land. You've got 4 days to basically store anything in. Now, they added this new feature into the game, which is called group storing. So if you use the selection tool, you can basically group store your designs, which I think was a really cool thing to do. If they hadn't done that, I would have been more annoyed. So I've grouped a few of my designs and I've put them in. The rest I just couldn't be arsed with and I nuked. But yeah. So you can you can kind of group your designs. The only problem with that is I found I've got some designs that were too big for the selection tool, so I honestly couldn't store them, so I had to store them in half. I'd store half one and half in another group, so it won't be too hard for me to connect them, but it's just one thing. The selection tool only does go so far, so that it could be annoying to some players. I'm okay with it because I found a solution to it. But yeah, so now basically you nuke your Krusty Land. You've got a few days to store it and all that. I did record it by lot. I recorded my nuking, but apparently the audio corrupted, the video corrupted, so I can't show you it, which is unfortunate because I was going to put the video into this video. It would have been cool, but whatever. So basically, Krusty Land's now gone completely. You can no longer build in Krusty Land. You've got four days, like I said, to pack up your things and leave. And now all the Krusty Land stuff is now in your storage in Springfield, so you can now place it into Springfield. So you can make your Krusty Land in Springfield. So if you look at the store, here's the store right here. So here's some of the things from the update. As you can see, you can have Scratchy, the the animation place, and that, and there's the license as well, the slash pass. Another thing that's in the store, which I need to talk about, is of course the Krusty Land stuff. A lot of the Krusty Land stuff is now in the store, including like the debris and stuff. The tickets are still used as the currency, which I think's an okay thing. You can also buy tickets in the store as well. I like the fact that they've kept the tickets as a thing. As long as the buildings, the Krusty Land buildings generate tickets, then that works quite well. It's like a third currency now that we've got in the game, in the main game, which honestly I'm fine with. I think that works for me anyway. And even stuff like the car parks and the highway that's on the side and the Krusty Land sign, they've all been put in your storage, so you can literally, or you can purchase them, so literally now you can use all that to rebuild your Krusty Land. So yeah, really awesome. So then here's the guide. So this is the guide to the thing. It just shows you how to tap park visitors and staff rides to recover Itchy and Scratchy money, and then it shows you a bunch of the exchanging and stuff like that. So that's the guide that you see when you start the thing. Obviously, to make up for this, to make up for the Krusty Land being taken from us. And this is the one thing nobody complained about this update is land, because Jesus Christ, they have given us a lot of land for Springfield. They've given us, like, I don't even know how many far ups it is, but it's the side that's not near the sea, it's the other side, which is longer anyway, and they've added like 5 strips back, like 5 or 6 strips back, so it's, I want to say a swear word here, but it's shitload. Yeah, it's just shitloads of land. Like, it is. It's shitloads of land. So we've got so much land to work with now, which I think is really, really awesome. That kind of lit up my face when I saw that land, because I was actually kind of running out of it a little bit. In the later things, you could see my designs in my things. They were a bit shabby because I didn't have much land to work with. So yeah, this land is really, really awesome. It's cool to see. Here's the fine buildings, or the main buildings, the ones that will probably be for each act. So of course you have the Itchy and Scratchy Land Gate, which is just kind of the main sort of thing for the entire update, and then Injury 500, which is like sort of the Act 1 building. Log Ride, I presume, will be the Act 2, and the Zoominator will be the Act 3. And I'm pretty sure the Zoominator is not in Itchy and Scratchy Land. I'm pretty sure that's separate. So I'm pretty sure they're including some other cool stuff, which is other cool like kind of fair rides and stuff. So that's really cool. Here is the prize track for Act 1, so again, standard prize track for these kind of big updates. So you got the Nurses Station there, the Roger Myers Senior statue, that kind of stuff. Diane's also there, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, really, really cool prize track. I mean, I'm not really too stoked about Diane being the final, because she's a bit of a no-name character, but whatever. And then we've got crafting. The crafting's okay as well. I'm reasonably happy with the crafting. It's just stuff like the tracks for the that racetrack thing, and also like the Zoominator loop, as you can see there. Like also things like the car park, the Itchy and Scratchy car park, and all that. So that kind of stuff, which is okay as crafting. I'm fine with that. It works out, and it's not like recycled. It's not like recycled decorations or anything. Because they could have very well done that. They could have thrown a bunch of Krusty Land stuff into the crafting, and it would have just pissed us all off. So I'm glad they didn't do that. So now I'm going to go through characters. There is a lot of characters spread out through like a bunch of different categories. So I'm going to have to go through all the characters one by one through the categories. I'm just going to go through categories. So first of all, we've got one new addition in Even More Kids, and this is Bort. So just real quick, I found this a bit weird because he was literally just a character that was seen as like a gag. If you guys remember from the Itchy and Scratchy episode, it was just like whose name's Bort, and then turned out there was two people in the store who were called Bort. And the weird thing about this is the guy who was called Bort, the older man, the man who was called Bort, he was actually in the files a few years ago, and I think he might not still be in the files, but he was in the files as being added as a character years ago, but for some weird reason they've added the kid. So I find that a bit weird how they hadn't added him, but they added the kid, and it's weird anyway because it's literally a blink and you miss a character. So that I found that a bit odd, but whatever. There's Bort. He's in Even More Kids. Moving along, we have civil servants. So we have this guy here who is called, if I can try and find his name. I don't know. I don't actually have this guy's name, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if this guy is even going to be a part of the Itchy and Scratchy Land update. He might be a part of the 4th of July update. I'm not too sure. So I'll leave that for now. But there's that guy anyway. And then we have C-list celebrities. And these two are like the ones I'm most excited for. So we've got Corporal Punishment and Tina Ballerina right there. I'm so glad that we got these characters. I've wanted these in the game so long. They're really, really awesome. So yeah, I'm really glad that they've finally been added. So yeah, those two are there. Then in Oddballs, we've got Mars Buckler, which is a bit of a random one. This is Cletus's mum. It's a bit random that they've added her, but apparently she went to Itchy and Scratchy Land or something, so that's why she's been added. Then we have Springfield Pride. We have this guy in Springfield Pride. Again, I think they're doing some sort of Springfield Pride up there. I don't know who this guy actually is, but he might be is he the same guy from the Civil Servants? He might very well be the same guy from the Civil Servants. I'm not sure. And that might be a costume for him. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're the same person. But whatever, we have that guy as well. Network executives. So we have Diane and Jeremy here. These are like two people who work at Fox. So that's kind of cool. Moving across, we have the Itchy and Scratchy show. So we have Itchy, Scratchy. We have this woman here who's called June Bellamy. She's the one who voices Scratchy. Yeah, she's the one who voices Itchy and Scratchy in like the show, like not in IRL obviously. And then we have I think this is just Miss Mouse, which is like I guess Scratchy's wife. And then in Itchy and Scratchy Land, we have the park engineer. We have the parade train. We have the parade roller. We have the axe, the animatronic axe. And if we move along to this category, we have the animatronic dynamite, we have the animatronic dynamite bundle, we have the animatronic bomb, and also a costume for the Squeaky Voice team, which is the Squeaky Voice attendant, and this is our only costume in the entire update, so that's kind of cool that we've only got one costume. You know, they've done us pretty well in terms of characters. Now, I presume that all these animatronic things are going to be all NPCs, which is completely fine. I'm fine with that, to be honest. I'm not that bothered about that. So that's pretty cool. So that's all the characters. So yeah, just real quick, I'm just going to show you a bundle of the stuff. So right here is the Itchy and Scratchy sign. You can see the Scratchy lot, the bomb booth there, the Roger Myers statue, which is so tiny. That really annoyed me how small it is. Injury 500 there. You can see some of the things. The helicopter there. The Welcome to Itchy and Scratchy Land thing. The nurse station is there as well. So that's a few of the decorations and buildings and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's go back to the splash screen. So I've got a few things about this update. So again, like I said before, I think in terms of like if you're annoyed, now it does slightly annoy me because I feel like Krusty Land has been rendered a little bit pointless. I think that's something people could probably bring up, that entire Krusty Land that we got like a few years ago, was it like 3-4 years ago now? It's a long time since we got it. It had been a while. It was really fun when we first got it. It was really awesome. It was something completely new for Tapped Out, and it completely changed, you know, what it was, and added something completely different and something unique. And now it's gone. Now it's been completely wiped from our game. It's been taken from us. And to be honest, I think if they didn't do like the bundle thing, like the fact you can group bundle, and the fact that we can bring our stuff into Springfield, if they didn't do that, then I would have been really, really pissed. But the fact that they've allowed us to bring in this stuff into our Springfield, and they've given us the land for it, I am not really that bothered. I'm actually, if anything, I'm a little bit happy that they've done that, because although yes, Krusty Land died ages ago, and I'm just glad that they finally allowed us to bring our stuff into into Springfield and build our Krusty Land up. A few things that annoy me though. One thing is there is no Poochie in this update, and that really pisses me off, because Poochie is like a big part of the Itchy and Scratchy's like sort of story. I wanted them to do something with Poochie and add Poochie as a character as well, so that kind of annoys me a little bit, to be quite honest. I've got a glitch for me where I can't bring in my Itchy and Scratchy mascots. When I click them, it just doesn't allow me to place them. It allowed me to place the Poochie mascot, but not the Itchy and Scratchy mascot, so that really annoyed me. I want them to fix that so I can actually bring them into my Springfield. The Krusty, yeah. The one thing, another good thing about them bringing in Krusty Land is it allows for some awesome redesigns. We can also now bring in things like Praise Land and Rocketeer or Doom and the Duff Gardens. We can all bring this into this massive Itchy Krusty Land sort of bundle. Like we can have. I for one anyway, in my ambitious eyes, I'm gonna create a massive Krusty Land / Itchy and Scratchy Land / everything else. I'm going to put in all the rides and stuff. I'm going to make this really awesome. So I'm so excited for this update, because I'm just going to make a huge theme park with all that land we've been given. I'm going to make a massive theme park. So yeah, I'm really glad about this, and I can't wait to start working on that. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me your thoughts on this update. There will be premium gameplay videos coming out soon with voice. I do remember the Cayman Island banker, for some weird reason it didn't record my voice, so that entire one was silent. I do apologise for that. It wasn't meant to be. I did actually talk throughout that entire video, but the audio didn't record. Yeah, I'll be releasing things. I'm sorry guys, I never did a video announcing this, because this was like, we all knew about this like a few days before. It was on the wiki anyway, ages before. It's been on the wiki for quite a while actually, and I didn't talk about it just because honestly I just didn't really have the time at the time, and I just figured that it'd be out soon, so I may as well. There's no point doing a video talking about it coming out, because I think most of you guys probably knew. But yeah, thanks for watching anyway. Thanks for listening, and I'm gonna try and resume my videos. Like, I've got a few things. Like, I've got a bunch of uni work to do. I've got a funeral to go to. So I've got a lot of shit to do in the next like couple of weeks. I feel like maybe mid-June I'm gonna try and get my videos back on track. Try and do weekly uploads and all that. So I'm gonna try my best. But whatever. I've got this review done. 15 minutes. So I'll see you next video. Goodbye.